This meeting is being recorded.
Hey everybody, it is Daphne with Lore Entertainment. You know who I am, and this is our new segment, Censor This. I am sitting down with comedian Kim Maberly. How are you doing? She's coming to us from UK actually. So how are you doing over there? I know it's late.
It's not too late. It's only about 8:30, but the weather is typically British, raining. So it's a bit dull tonight. But yeah, I'm very excited to be here, and I really appreciate you having me. So thank you so much.
I love comedy. I do.
Who doesn't like to laugh?
I'm a
So
jokester. I am a jokester. So
good.
tell us a little bit about you.
Oh God, where do I start? So I am 41. I have one child who's 18. And I live with my fiance. So I am a divorcee. And then I met Andrew just under 2 years ago, and he proposed on New Year's on his 50th birthday. So we're going to get married in 2 years, and he's lovely. He's actually Scottish as well. So I'm from Plymouth, which is down the south of England, and he's from Scotland, and we kind of met in the middle in Stoke-on-Trent. So we live together, and yeah, we're sickeningly happy.
Didn't learn
So
from the first damn mistake. No, I'm just kidding.
no, honestly, I say husbands are like pancakes. Like the first one is a bit of a toss and you throw it away. So just why not? But yeah, he's 50. He's actually, a bit older, but I think I prefer a man with experience and, bit of years behind him. I think I wouldn't say mature. I think because I'm 41 and he's 50, our maturity levels are a bit more matched than someone my own age, definitely. But yes. And then you want to talk about comedy. So I got into comedy only 6 months ago. To do it myself. I've been a massive fan of comedy. I used to go to a lot of gigs with my ex. And then mine and Andrew's first date was at a comedy club where we met some other of our friends, and we started to go around the area, seeing lots of comedians. We made a lot of friends, and then we started the Comedy Family, which is now on Facebook, which has got over 3,000 members. And then someone said, why don't you ever go? And I'm like, got drunk, texted a promoter I knew and went, that was it. Why not? So
What was it like for you the first time you were on stage? Was you nervous?
Oh, I was shaking. My first show was also a gong show, so I don't know if you have a similar format. I think, is it like Kill Tony or something like that?
There used to be one. Oh my God, that was years ago. The Gary Chandler or some shit like that show years ago, where
Yeah,
he did a gong where if people came on there and they wasn't funny or they didn't do something, that he would hit that thing. And
yeah.
yeah, that's shitty though, you know?
That yeah, my first one. I got through to the final, and there was another lad it was his first show as well, and he won. So and I made a friend there as straight away. And then I've done other gong shows. I get through to the final, but there's one in Manchester that's quite popular called the Frog in Bucket, and it's called Beat the Frog, and you win a picture of you holding a frog's head, like like you've decapitated it. And somehow I can't get past 2 minutes. You get to go to 5 minutes. I can't get past two. So I'm doing it again on Monday, and I'm third time's a charm, I hope. So, but yeah, as soon I
You should never say the word hope. You got to think, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to slay that shit is what
I'm gonna slay that frog. I'm gonna kick some froggy butt.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
kick
make
that
that frog my
frog's
bitch.
fucking ass when I get in there.
Oh, that's the plan. But it's usually about 10 or 12 of us, and we all get to watch and have a drink watching everyone else, and everyone's so supportive as well. It's not like, oh, I hope she's crap, or I hope he falls off the stage. Everyone's so supportive. So that's what I love about the industry. Everyone I've met, as they cheer you on. We all promote each other. We're all telling each other about gigs and promoters and sharing contact details. So it is a lovely industry to be a part of. So
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
So the first time up on stage, was you drunk? Did you have some alcohol in you?
I always have one little warm up red wine, which I don't know helped. And it was the only time I did this set where I was promoting a t-shirt that you can have writing across here, because obviously some females get a bit of attention in this area, so let's make it work for us. And it was basically saying, you could promote a business, you could promote some like Greenpeace, I bet Greta Thunberg would be well up for that. Or you could also have some warning labels, so if you're getting some unwanted attention, you could say, well, fuck off. You could say, I'd rather staple my fanny shirt. Or, if, my personal favourite, there's only enough room in my knickers for one cunt. So just to get your point across, so that was my business idea. If I ever got in front of the dragons, or do you have sharks there, don't you? We've got Dragon's Den. You've got is it where you propose business ideas to someone? Is it the Shark Tank you guys have got?
Oh, that TV show? Yeah, Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I ever get on there, that's what I'll be doing.
Wear that shirt.
You wear the t-shirt, yeah.
I've only got room in my knickers for one.
Yeah, that always gets me a big round of applause, especially by the girls in the room.
That's awesome. I love that shirt. That's freaking funny as hell. I would sport that everywhere. I swear I would.
Excellent. I'll start the business now.
Hey, I'm telling you, a lot of people, because over here in the States, it's different. And that's why I started this segment, because a lot of the comedians, they get ridiculed, and it's nobody knows how to take a joke, over here. I don't know how it is over there, but over here there's a bunch of sensitive fucking people, and it's really irritating. And people like me, I'm not a stand-up comedian, but I'm one of them people where I'm a natural born smartass. And pretty much I say a bunch of funny shit, but I'm not a stand-up, and I don't care if people get offended. I don't care. Just crying. Go take your shit somewhere down the road. I don't care. There's a level of comedy. And if you can't take a joke, then why even go to the show? Seriously.
It is frustrating here as well, because we do get people, they'll say, you're not allowed to say this. If something doesn't affect you, you're not allowed to make a joke about it. It feels like you've got to have rules, and whereas we won't be purposely like racist or homophobic or anything like that, there are things you can joke about, but people, whatever room you're in, there'll always be someone in the back of mind go, ooh, I don't like that, and I'm going to tell you I don't like that. Well, you're not there to please that one person in the room. You're there to please the whole room. And like you said, everyone goes to a comedy show for the comedy, not to sit there and go, oh, well, and basically tell a comedian how to do their job. I was talking to a friend earlier, and we said, if you took on board every comment that was ever said and you took out everything that could be offensive, you wouldn't have any comedy.
No, I mean, I've talked about this with numerous friends of mine, because I have a lot of gay friends. I do. And I love my gay friends. Men, women, on both sides. And I mean, me, sometimes I make some screwed up jokes, but they do it too. And my sister, I have a black sister. My niece is black, and they're like, well, the correct term, African American. Okay, no, I'm sorry, but my sister-in-law even says the same thing. And she says to me, you're the blackest white girl I've ever met in my life. She does. I swear to God. Like, I used to work with this one girl a long time ago, and she used to call me crazy white girl. Swear to God. I don't get offended by that shit, just like we would sit there, we would blast on each other. And even me and my sister-in-law, back then, because we'll sit there and still say the same shit. Or I've read memes where people get offended by these memes, and oh my God, there was this one meme I read one time, and it says, oh God, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, all these people that were white were getting offended about it. I read it. I fucking cracked up, because it was the funniest shit. Something about Ku Klux Kleenex or some shit. And I fucking died, because I had never heard that expression before. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that is the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. And I'm like, oh man. But people get so offended, but they got to realize, jokes are jokes. Yeah,
Yeah,
there are some assholes out there that probably are for real racist, that's their life. They'll pay for that shit later on. But a joke
yeah,
is a joke. When you're just making jokes, it's comedy. Calm the fuck down. People just really
yeah,
need to calm down. And like me and my sister-in-law, like I said, you know, you're the whitest black girl I've ever met. Yeah, of course, because I'll tell somebody I don't care. I don't
yeah.
care. You know,
The
I,
thing is, with comedy as well, a comedian wants to stand on stage and make people laugh, not to purposely insult people or offend people or upset anyone. So, and it's knowing the difference. Yes, there are, like you said, a lot of racists out there, a lot of horrible people, but, and like you said, they will get, their time will come. But a comedian just wants to make you laugh. That's their only goal in life. So,
I just the offensive shit. I mean, why put comedians out of jobs? Because I mean, everybody does it. Even when you're riffing with your friends, you're doing it. Just like we've had segments when I've talked about stuff like in other segments about something that was said a long time ago by I don't know, the lovely ex-president or some bullshit over here. And the women were getting offended about
mm,
what got said by him. And I was like, let me tell you something, ladies. I was like, coming from a woman. Okay, this is coming from a woman. Don't act like you're any better, because what men say with men, don't think we don't do it with other women when we're out. Bullshit. Because we are
yeah,
just as bad as women, or I mean, as men, if not worse. We
I
can,
think we're worse.
right.
Definitely.
That is my point. But these women were like, oh, he said this and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. Really? Because you know what? I've been with my friends up in some crazy places. And let me tell you something, the shit that we said have been way worse than what the fuck he just said. You know what I mean?
100%.
For real. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't knock him for one little comment he made with somebody in a locker room. Believe me, you know? But they blow it
Yeah.
out of proportion because they get offended by the dumbest shit. And I'm like, you guys ain't no better. Who are you? You're no better. You know?
I
What?
think I think people feel like they can be offensive to a certain point, but as soon as they feel attacked themselves, then all of it is it's not good, it's wrong, it's like, no, you can't pick and choose what to be offended about or what you can and can't say. If you don't want to do something, don't do it completely, but don't have a go at someone else trying to do it as well, because yeah,
They
just
need to
let people be
flip the
people.
mirror around and take a good look at themselves and some of the stuff that they've said or done before they go to criticize somebody about the
Yeah.
shit they're saying or done. You know what I mean? Just because a lot of people don't think about that. Well, oh, I'm offended. Okay, well, what did you just do last week?
Hmm.
What did you say last week or yesterday for that matter? You know what I
I
mean?
bet if you said to a lot
So,
of people, right, we're going to take one day of all your thoughts and everything you've ever said and put it in a recording, and we're
mhm,
going to play it for all your friends and family,
right.
you know, I bet no one person would be down for that. No one would be like, oh yeah, that's fine, because I've got no impure thought. Everything I've said has been nice and friendly, and no, nobody on this green earth can actually ever say that they've not had one impure thought, at least. I mean, let's not go by my standards, because I have more than the average, but nobody can ever say that they haven't thought anything bad.
Everybody does. That's
Yeah.
what kills me. And that's why I wanted to do this segment because, they can't censor me. That's
No.
exactly why I made my logo the way that I did, because I am not a network. I am my own network. And the way that I've had it run, that I've got it run, you know,
Mm,
good luck. Good luck trying to censor me because I'm the only one that's going to hit that censor button.
yeah.
You're not
And
going.
that must be so freeing as well. You're not tied to rules and regulations, or somebody, the big man upstairs going, oh, well, here's a list of all the words you're not allowed to say.
Yeah.
It's a lot of comedians do have that, like, say they're doing like corporate gigs, and somebody's offering a few £1,000s, and it's like, but here's what you're not allowed to say. Let's take away a part of why we're hiring you in the first place, just to please all these people.
Yeah.
It's I don't get it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been told myself my act by a couple of promoters that I know that are both men have said, "Oh, you're too sexual." And I'm like, right, okay. And I've been trying to work out how I can tone it down. And then I spoke to, I don't know if you guys have the book over there, Finding Your Comic Genius by Adam Bloom. It's a fantastic book, and any comedian who wants to get anywhere in this world should read it. I did a course with him, and I said about, you know, should I tone it down or should I tailor my jokes, you know? And he was like, end of the day, comedy is like a muscle, and you should exercise it and get it stronger and stronger. But you don't know until you stand on that stage how people are going to take your jokes. So you might think, oh, I've got, you know, the WI or a nice village hall somewhere, you know, in the south of the country. They might want to hear about, you know, cunts and fannies and dick jokes. You know, they might want that. They don't want like kitchen jokes or something boring. You don't know until you stand on that stage, open your mouth, and, you know, they might not think
It's like a
you even want it.
you gotta work it out a
Yeah.
little bit. You know?
So I mean, I'm all for like, you know, writing some nice more stuff to go in with my set.
What do they mean too sexual? Give us a for instance. Come on.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm not gonna say you're not gonna get censored on this show. You ain't gotta worry about that.
Good. Um, one of my jokes is about my fiance. Do you know what squashing is?
You all got different terms over there. I ain't even gonna lie.
So squashing here is basically where a girl. I mean, I'm a big girl. I don't know how. Like I'm a size like 20. I don't know what that is over there, but I'm a big girl, and so some men like it when a big girl sits on them for pleasure. They like the feel of the weight, they like the roundness, you know. And I make a joke that my fiance enjoys this, but it's mostly me sitting on his face. And then I say that you know, it's hard to ask his opinion about it because his voice is so muffled. But I could also use it if I ever need to kill him off, you know, if he ever gets too sick, too old, or his loud chewing gets really annoying. And then I say that it's easy to convince a policeman that your partner died because you couldn't hear his screams over your own, but I would at least hope he had the decency to at least let me finish, because I prefer if he died with a smile on my face. But then again, the cause of death would be more drowning than suffocation. So that's just a little nugget of my depravity. Just
And they wanted you to change that?
they think it's too sexual, but
Bullshit.
yeah. But the thing is, you know, I touch wood, I haven't had a gig where I've bombed. I've been so blessed so far, and I've played some of the good clubs in the local areas, and I've nailed it. My jokes have landed, people have laughed, I've had the compliments afterwards. So I'm not changing when I know it works. I don't see why I should.
I'd step it up.
Yeah,
I
make it work.
I would, because you know what? Honestly, the harder you go,
Mm,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's a club.
yeah.
What are they going to do? You
I
know?
mean, they didn't book me, but somebody else will. That's
Exactly. You know, that's when you take your show over. It's
yeah.
easy. I mean, nowadays there's so many social media platforms and so many different ways that you can do things. It doesn't even,
That's it, yeah.
you know, it doesn't matter, because if you're getting that kind of attention, you know, to the point
Mm.
where they feel like in England, you know, over there in London, because over here in America, they're constantly wanting to censor a lot of shit. I mean, shit
Yeah, I've
that I
heard
don't
that,
think
yeah.
needs to be censored. And I know over there, they're a lot more laid back over there when it comes to stuff like that. So if they're feeling like they have to censor you, you know, that's telling me that you got a hardcore comedy act, you know.
I'm trying my best. I don't know how to write clean. That's the problem. I'll sit down and write a joke, or even if having a conversation, my brain will go to the dirty place
If
straight
you
away. And
wanted to work clean, you might as well just get some fucking puppets and do a Sesame Street out. For real.
but if I did a puppet show, it'd be like having you cute, and I'll be making songs about porn, and you know that
It
because
squashed my boyfriend with my vagina. You know, I couldn't hear his screams over my own. There you go. Put it on. Maybe they'll leave it alone.
Oh, I love that. But that's the thing as well, is like I go on stage and I look mumsy and I look nice, and then I'm talking about squashing. And another thing I say is I don't identify as a MILF, I identify as a filth. Fatty I'd like to fist. And that gets people are like, did she just say fisting? You know, and it's like, she looks like my mum. What? Like, it's that kind of, you don't expect it. So
I tell you what, look at Betty White. Everybody loves Betty, man. Until the day that woman passed away, that woman, oh my God, she did some dirty shit. She was a sweetheart, but she crushed it. And she did not give a shit. She was older, an older 90-something-year-old woman, loved them younger guys. She did not
oh yeah,
care. She was not trying to please anybody. She lived life her way. She did not give a fuck. I loved that woman,
yeah.
seriously. She just didn't care, did not care. And that is exactly who the hell we need
Oh,
nowadays.
100%, yeah.
We need like a
That's
bunch
the thing as well.
of
Like, a lot of it comes with age. 20 years ago, I would not be doing any of what I'm doing now. Like, I was with my ex who my confidence was so low, and I was a completely different person. I was a people pleaser. I'd say I'd do anything, I'll still do anything for anyone, but I have now my limits. I have my boundaries. And it's definitely a confidence and an age thing, and I'm like, I don't want to wait till I'm in my nursing home saying fuck off to my nurse. I want to get on stage and say fuck off to a heckler. I want to, I want to live my life while I'm still reasonably young enough to do it.
right.
And I think everyone should be like that. 100%.
That's how I am. I tell everybody, I'm like, look, I've raised my siblings, I've raised my kids,
Yeah,
I've got grandkids. Now I'm freaking
that's me.
just turned 45. And damn it, you know what? Guess what? It is my turn. I'm going to be selfish for a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still do for my kids.
Yeah, of course.
It is my turn, and that's just the way it's going to be. But I'm going to
I
live,
absolutely love
and
that.
I am going to have a damn good time while I'm here. And anybody who don't like that, fuck them. I don't care, because
And you're definitely the hottest grandmother I've ever met.
you're not here forever. So I'm not going to
Yeah.
be that miserable person crying all the time about shit or sitting there, knocking everybody, the people out, the snowflakes or whatever in the world. And I'm not saying that because to be political, because basically that's just a crybaby term anymore. I don't care about the
Mm,
politics, you know. Seriously, I just use it as a crybaby term anymore. But I mean, if you're offended, I don't care. I don't give a shit.
yeah.
Cry me a river, go live in your own misery, stay the fuck away from me, whatever.
My dad says a phrase, and I know it's Dr. Seuss, but he says this: the people who mind don't matter, and the people who matter don't mind.
Right.
And I think, yeah.
And most of the ones that crying probably aren't educated.
No.
So
A lot of it is ignorance as well. They've only been taught one way of thinking. And it's, you can only argue with someone. I mean, you can't fix stupid, you can sedate it, but you can't fix stupid, and you definitely can't argue with it because they've got years of experience. So
honey, before I sat there and argued with it, I just sedate my damn self.
I like that thinking. I might have to do that next time, but yeah.
Before I sit there and argue with you, I'm just gonna go get sedated and I'll come back to you.
And then if you drink enough, you'll stop arguing because you stop caring, you stop giving a fuck. So
Here, drink this.
just
You'll
throw it
feel
at them.
an hour. Well, I mean, they learn off Google. Don't get me wrong. Okay, for instance, I'll give you a for instance. My daughter cracks me up too, because she's 24. So she'll want to argue with me because she believes every little thing on Google. And I'm like, oh Lord, 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 help me. Because I'll tell her something, to do with the babies or something. Oh no, you're wrong, blah 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 blah. Girl, I done went through 2 years of med school and 4 years of criminal justice, and you're gonna argue this with me. I know what I'm talking about. And oh no, it says this on Google. Okay, well, if it says that on Google and you believe everything on Google, won't you put my name into Google and you're gonna see that it says that I'm a big member of the BDSM community and that oh yeah, no, Google had shit messed up because there's an author. I got
Yeah.
into this yesterday. There is an author out there named Daphne Matthews. Okay. And that's what she writes is
Oh.
BDSM books. And they had her shit linked with mine. So when you would type my name in to Google, it would have my pictures and the paragraph over in the Google, right, where they do your little profile thing. And then it had my name and then something about journalism and then the acting stuff, the movies and stuff that I'd been in. And that part, not the journalist part, but the acting and stuff, the movies and stuff were right. But then it had about this adorable little track star girl, and then she was mixed in with it too. And then it had member of the BDMS or BDSM community. And I'm like,
Wow.
what the hell? Because at that time, I had been in a different business. I was running a different business and I thought it had something to do with that business. So it didn't even dawn on me. I had to Google what the fuck it meant. Like, we had to Google what the fuck it meant. And my friend was laughing at me and everything else. I'm like, so if you believe everything you read on Google, apparently I'm a member of that community. You know what I mean? Or whatever else is out there on Google, I'm like, so please don't believe every fucking thing you read on Google because you know what? Not everything on Google is correct. Not at all. I guarantee 50% of that shit is wrong. People
I
can
mean, a
get
lot of it is editable, but a lot of people can go in and put on whatever they want. So
people can get on your Wikipedia pages and write whatever they want. Did you know that?
I've heard that before. Yeah, I haven't got a Wikipedia page yet, but I'll be
Yeah.
looking at that all the time, making
One
sure
of my
that's accurate.
cinematographer for my movie actually had to give up his wiki page because somebody got on there and read a bunch of bullshit about him.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's so sad.
and he had it for years. Sure did. And they couldn't fix it or they wouldn't fix it or
Mm.
something like that. And he just told them, just pull the whole page.
That's the thing as well. I don't get. I follow a lot of good TikTokers, and there's a couple on there, and every other video is, "Oh, I'm sorry if I've offended someone," because in the comment section, somebody's taken offense to something so slight, or it'll be, you know, they people will sit there and troll people and there's a really lovely mum that I follow and people are saying, oh, you on TikTok too much, so you're neglecting your child, I'm going to call social services. And people will sit there and write hateful comments and I'm like, who sat at home going, oh, I'm bored tonight, I know what I'll do, I'll just troll some people I don't know. I don't
Somebody
get
wrote
why
that
people wouldn't
about
do that.
somebody on TikTok that they were making too many TikTok videos, so they're neglecting their kids. Okay, well, who's holding the camera? Maybe it's one of their kids. Did they ever think about that?
I think she's got like a tripod or something like that. But at one point, her daughter was in the videos, and then she was like, "No, she took them out of the videos." And then everything she says now, it's like, "I'm doing this for my daughter, and don't worry, she likes this, and I'm doing this for my daughter, and I'm doing this for her." She has to justify everything she does because people are going to say, "Oh, you're doing that wrong. You're doing that wrong." And it's just, why are you not letting her live a life? There's so many people out there, and half the time they're justifying what they're doing, or they're having to take the videos down because somebody just thinks,
Who's the
I'm just going
TikTok
to be mean.
person that has to? Who's the TikTok person that's justifying her life? Do you know her name?
Yes, let me just bring her up. I think it's Amy, but it's spelled differently. She's absolutely fantastic. She's so lovely, and honestly, I love it. I love watching her videos. She does lovely little things like first sip of the day with the coffee. She does dish up dinner with me. She does her like her little shopping hauls, and she's just so lovely. And then half the time, it's just she's upset because she's got all these trolls and bullies. Amy, AIMEE, on here. She's she's so lovely, and yeah. Let me
Hey,
see if I can.
Amy, I'm going to give you a shout out, and then I'm going to have Kim, because I'm not on TikTok. I really don't care for TikTok.
So she's called This Single Mama Official. I don't know if you can see her
No, I
there.
can't. Okay,
That's,
I'm going to give you a shout out, and I'll let her go ahead and tag you in this. Whoever is writing this stuff on your page, tell them to fuck off. If they don't have anything better to do than to sit there and criticize you for doing whatever you want, tell
yeah.
them to fuck off. You don't sit there and justify yourself to somebody that you don't know. If it's not a family member or that kid, that your kid's father, don't worry about it. These people don't pay your bills. They're not around you. They're just fucking idiots out there in cyberspace. Move on with your life. Fuck them people. That's just a tip from me to you, girl. A tip from me to
I
you.
love her.
Do not feel like you have to explain yourself to anybody, because if they don't pay your bills, you don't owe them a fucking explanation. Move on.
Yeah. Also, a good phrase I heard: if someone's not feeding you, fucking you, or financing you, fuck them.
Facts.
Oh, I love this. Yeah, there's she. I mean, she's just one example. You know, you hear. I've had one troll so far. At my partner's birthday, I like to dance. Nobody else was dancing, and I think it was Twist Again came on, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go dance, and I did a video. Did my light go off? I did a little video, and then it was just after around the time of the Japanese earthquake, and somebody just put, "Oh, now I know how that earthquake started." And I
Really?
was like, right, I could rise to the level or just delete, and that was it. Gone, poof.
See, I don't let
But,
people affect me like that, because when you start worrying about that's the thing about me. All right.
mm,
That's one thing about me. I have never cared about what somebody has to say about me. I do not care what their opinion is of me, because I haven't put out any stories or anything really about my life in
mm,
general and the stuff that I've been through. But my outlook from it, and I mean, I know this is a comedy show, but I'm gonna get serious for a second.
okay.
My outlook from the stuff that I went through and that I've been through has put me to the point my whole life to where I don't care what other people have to say about me, because they're not the ones taking care of me.
Yeah,
And even if they were the ones taking care of me, it does not matter, because I'm still going to do what I need to do and what I want to do. So their opinions are irrelevant to me, because why? And especially on social media,
mm,
social media has got everybody so screwed up because,
yeah,
oh, I care so much. Oh, I care so. I don't give a fuck, because I'll delete every social media platform I have right now and not care. There are days where I don't even get on social media. It might show that I'm
yeah,
active because my phone's logged into it. But if you see me on Facebook, it's because I'm on Messenger
mm,
talking to probably my kid that's in the military. You know, I just
yeah,
don't care what people have to say about me, because I am going to be me. I am going to do me, and I don't care what they have to say. As long as I am working, paying my bills, and
yeah.
taking care of what I really need to care about, I don't give a shit who you are and what you have to say about me. Don't care, because you're
That's
probably
amazing.
some dumbass person, sitting there with your phone in your hand and your thumb up your ass. You know, I don't care. So you're not affecting me. And just like this girl, Amy, girl, fuck whoever said that. Screw them. That's the way I
That
feel about it. If they don't know you, and
fuck
even
them.
good, but I doubt they do, because 90, you know how that is. 99% of the people out there in the world, they don't. Social media, come on now. You know, People get too bent out of shape on that shit.
Yeah,
They blow it all the way out of proportion on social media. It's crazy.
It's gonna, I mean, TikTok I know has grown, especially because of COVID and things like that. It's just escalated, and now it's all about the numbers, the followers, and people would obsess over the comments, and it's just like,
I don't like TikTok. I really don't. I've never got into TikTok. I just, why? You know what I mean? And I mean, some of the little videos that my kids, they'll show me these little videos. Some of them people I watch are funny, but like
hmm,
I've seen some of the dumbest videos, and then some of the stuff that they put out there, you know, I just, I can't get into it. And like the
yeah,
singing stuff, and they're like, oh, the person singing. No, that person is friggin' lip singing. It's called fucking Millie and Vanilli. You know what I mean? Bro, really good at doing what the hell they were doing.
yeah.
That's not them.
I mean, TikTok for me, I suppose that's where I kind of got a bit of a performing bug, because when lockdown happened, I just split up with my ex. My son was living with him, and I was a casino dealer. So obviously, I didn't have a job. I was on my own for a good 6 months. TikTok literally saved me. Like, I was making videos. I was, getting out of bed because I had a purpose. I had a new trend to do. I was putting on different costumes and doing transitions, and I was learning about editing, and I got good at lip syncing, and it kind of fueled this kind of, I don't know, this, performance in me. I think that's kind of a little bit of where I can say some of my performance has come from, some of my confidence as well, definitely.
It helped
I absolutely
it
loved
helped
it.
move you forward to do comedy,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I put all my gigs on there as well. So, I feel like when I do a room, I'm not just performing to 20, 30 people, I'm performing potentially thousands, and it sort of makes me up my game and makes me think, right, anybody could be watching this, let's give them a good show. That's in my head. So I think when I have got like a tiny little audience, in my head, I'm at the Apollo, I'm at, some massive arena where I'm smashing it,
But I
and
mean,
that makes me better.
you never know who's watching these videos.
That's it. Yeah.
They're all over. Like, I had somebody write me one time, oh my God, what platform was I on? I can't even remember. And they wanted me to send them a picture, an autograph picture, all the way to Rio. Rio. And I'm like, how
Wow.
in the hell is anything I'm doing making it all the way over to Rio? You know what I mean? And this was a couple years ago. So I can only imagine where the hell I'm at now. You know what I mean? Over there. Like, I don't
Were
even
you
know.
global?
But I mean, I sent it to him, and he took a picture of himself with the picture, because I wasn't even for sure if I wrote that address out wrong, right? Because it was like, it was so confusing when he sent me the address. I'm like, okay, this is really weird because it's totally over in a different country. I'm like, I don't even know if this dude's gonna get this shit. So I was hoping he did, but there was a possibility he might have not have, you know what I mean? So it was funny. Oh my God. But he did.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, when I was writing it, I felt like, oh man, I hope I'm not writing this wrong. But I mean,
Yeah.
you never know. And I mean, yeah, TikTok, that does help some people,
Mm,
but sometimes TikTok it's a whole different game. And this is what I try to explain to people when they decide they want to go into anything in the entertainment industry, whether it be comedy, film, TV, or anything. TikTok is a whole different game than stepping into the real part of the world,
yeah.
because it's not the same. Even when you're acting in the TikTok videos, if you step on a film set, honey, it's not the same. You better be trained, and it better not be by TikTok. You better have acting classes, or some actual training behind you, because if you think you're going to act in a TikTok video and step on a film set, you are fucking mistaken, because some people have, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
don't think them people aren't getting trained, you know, behind after they've made it or got all them followers. Don't think they're not getting trained and prepped for those scenes, because they are.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who, but I was talking to my friend the other day, and she knows of a couple of TikTokers who have got amassed that much of a following that they've gone up to Edinburgh to do the Fringe, sold out, and then stepped on stage and bombed,
Yeah.
because their little 5-minute video has amassed them this popularity, but turning it into a 20-minute, half an hour long set,
Yep.
where's your material? They haven't been able to do that transition. They got the following, they got the audience, and then that was it. They
But
they haven't
you're
had that.
also live in front of that audience.
Yeah,
A whole different ball game when you step out in
100%.
front of them, when you're actually in front of all of them
Yeah.
people who like you. Because then you got something called nerves.
Yeah.
And
Hate
you
this.
either need that liquid courage
Yes.
or a good set of balls.
Yeah. Everyone always says to me, yeah, it must be brave to do it. And obviously I still get nervous, not as nervous as I used to be, but and I'm at a point now, I'm just like, to me, it just feels natural. But, it does take courage. Like I said, 20 years ago, the idea of me being on stage was like, no, that would never happen. But yeah, there's always going to be nerves, and everyone's got different ways of coping about it. I know some comedians who are like massive in the game will still have 2 hours to themselves beforehand to calm themselves down and to, get them in the headspace to do it. It's nerves get everyone, and if you're not nervous, there's something wrong. You have to have that nervous, even if it gives you the adrenaline or the motivation to go out there. And nobody's ever, you can't
Yeah.
say, oh, I'm perfect, so I'm going to go out. There's always so much to learn and so much, there's always going to be another level you can always take yourself to.
Well, I mean, when you first start out, you are nervous. And I
Yeah.
mean, that's with anything, even with film. Because
Mm,
I'm not gonna lie, when I first did, the first things I was in, yeah, I was a little nervous. And then when I first did my actual first role, yeah, I was, because everybody was, they're all staring at you, and then you've got, cameras on you, and then people staring at you, and you know what I mean? Yeah, it is. It takes a whole different, the only thing you can do, and this is what I do, and I'll tell you a little tip about what I do to block it out, okay? And this, it works, is you're just zone out, and you're focusing, like, if you're acting anyway,
mm,
focus on just that. Nothing else exists. Nothing.
right. Okay.
There's nothing else there. And even if you've got to, like, how you got your peripheral vision where you can still see stuff, block it out, and don't let it get, because once you look, it's gonna hit you again, you know what I mean? And you're gonna have to start it back over. But just focus.
Yeah.
That's important. You got to focus on it, because if you don't, you're gonna be like, and then your words are gonna go. You're not gonna remember anything. You just got to block it out. Same with, in the beginning when you're doing like the shows. Yeah, you're speaking to a large group of people, but and of course comedy is different though. You're
Mm,
interacting with these people, which is awesome. But here's what you can do as far as a little tip for that, being nervous there. Think of them as a group of your friends. Okay, you just came to the club, you're rolling up in the club. Those are your people, those are your friends. They're sitting there waiting for you. You just came, you got your wine, you drink your one glass of wine that you need to get up on that stage, and boom, you and your friends are about to have some fucking fun. And here we go. Now we're gonna
yeah.
some jokes. Me and my homies, we're gonna sit here and crack jokes.
That's amazing. I did my open nights every Tuesday. It's called Spitfire Comedy, and the comedian, he came down from Liverpool to do 10 minutes for me, and I was saying I'm not very good at emceeing or comparing, and he said the exact same thing you did. Treat them like your friends. The
Yeah,
fact that you've just said it, and he's amazing. He's done years and years. So the fact that I'm getting this same advice, like, yeah, that's exactly what I need
because
to do. I hate
I'm a
emceeing.
performer. I'm not a
Yeah,
stand-up comedian, but I am a performer, and I'm a producer. And if you start thinking about stuff outside the box, instead of, oh my God, I gotta do this comedy thing, and now you're all nervous and shit. No, hell no, that's not what you do. And then, I mean, this is just it's a tip to ease your mind, basically.
yeah.
Mind's at ease, you're gonna have a lot more. The funny is just gonna roll right out of you, and
Yeah,
you're walking in, and you got your buddies, you walk in, and let's do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
There you go. You got your friend. You can blast on your friend. Then you're blasting on your other friend. Then you're letting the jokes out. Then you done killed your husband with your hoo-ha, you know? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's how you do it.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
Love
And then
that.
you
Yeah.
got the best damn show going on. And then they can't, that's what you do. It eases your mind.
Mm.
It's
It is a
good.
big difference between doing the stand up and MCing, because I'm learning, because there's not a lot of female MCs, especially over here. I want to be able to, do those sort of gigs, but and I can get up stage and I can say the rules and say, don't be a dick and do this and turn off your phones and here's the great acts. But when it goes, what's your name, where you from, and all that, and then they say something, I'm like, oh, I've got to say something back. That's when my brain goes, nah. And it's that's the thing I need to learn. That's where, because there are a lot of great MCs in this country, but not a lot of female ones. And
Why
I
are
want to
they
be.
asking? They ask you that when you get on stage to perform?
So I've done it once for a friend, and then Spitfire Comedy is run by me and my comedy husband, Nick Cheng, and we take it in turns. So Nick's been doing it for years. He started off in Beijing, moved over here with his husband, and we met at my first show. Was it my first? No, I met him when he did comedy and fell in love, and he's just an amazing performer. So we set up Spitfire Comedy to give the local people, like experience, exposure. People can guest MC as well. So we take it in turns to do this. He can go on, smash it, talk to the audience, do his set. Everyone loves him. I go on and I'm just like, thanks
Yeah,
for
but
coming.
are they
Yeah, and
asking you that though when you're getting on stage? Like, what is your name and where are you from?
that's what we do. Yeah. You ask
Don't do
people where
that.
they're from.
As a tip, don't do that. Because I
Oh,
mean, honestly, that right there is going to throw somebody off because their mind is already focused on performing. You know what I mean? I would just introduce that person and let them get up there and just leave it there. Because
right. Okay.
once you introduce somebody and you've already got them up there, they're already nervous enough. So when you go,
Oh no, sorry. I think it's talking to the audience.
"Mm,
So when you're doing the MC work and you go to the audience, like I know Matt Rife's really good at talking to the audience.
yeah,
That kind of that's what I need to learn to do when I do the comparing, is being able to talk to the audience member and then getting the jokes out of what they're telling you back, and you know, um
okay.
yeah, because I do like Matt Rife. I know he's
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, if they're introducing you like that, instead of just saying your name and bringing you up, instead of, getting you on the stage and be like, well, what is your name and where are you from? That would throw somebody completely off
it
their
would have been, yeah.
minute.
I could try that, but no, I don't
Didn't
think
you
it'd
just
work.
sign
Most
me
people,
in? Like, why are you asking me what the fuck my name is? You know?
yeah. No, it's all about the crowd work, because people like
Yeah.
Matt Rife and over here, Paul Smith, they're making crowd work part of it. People don't just now go to the show to see the acts, they go to see the compares. And and if you can do the crowd work as well and make it, you're not supposed to be the funniest person because obviously they've come for the acts, but they still want to be entertained. You want to get the energy up, you want
Why
to get
would you
people
want
in
to
the
be the
mood.
funniest person?
It's just
That is
a
why you are there, girl. And I wouldn't even ask them what their damn name is. I would just go up to them and be like, where you from? And when they answer me, if it's some screwed up place, and be like, damn,
that's easy around here.
I wouldn't go into a full, well, what's your name and where you no, I'd just be like, okay, because then you're getting too much detail. Some people aren't comfortable with giving their names out, you know.
Yeah, you
I
can
would
tell some people are like body language straight away. Don't talk to me. Got fuck off written all over their face. Avoid. You know, that's easy to pick up on. But some people, I think, as soon as you do go to them and they just go, "Oh, I'm being spoken to. I've been asked a question," and then you're like, "Oh, I need you to work with me." That it's
I
finding.
would be the one messing with the ones who don't want to be messed with though. Because I'm just that type of girl. I'd be like, so how you doing today? What brought you here? You came here to laugh, right? Get off your fucking phone. you
I might try that. I might
Okay,
tap
sir.
into Daphne Matthews on stage. I might have to do that. I'll have to have a little band going WWDW. What would Daphne do?
You just
Something
gotta
like
think
that.
like your friends, like even if they came there, say it was one of your little, like, I don't know, like an angry friend or something, not wanting to be talked to, then why the hell did you come here? Why did you come to the comedy show? Sir, excuse me, am I bothering you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotta lay into them, that's all. because they're there to be entertained. They came there for a reason. They came there to see you. They came there to have fun.
Hmm.
So obviously they're, even if they look like they don't want to be talked to, usually sometimes that might be the people that actually do want to be talked to.
Yeah, they just need a nudge, a big
But they can
shake.
have resting bitch face like I do. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie. Like there are so many people that think I'm mean. Just they don't even know me, and they'll just look and they'll think like, well, God, she's stuck up or she's mean or something. But they don't. They it's before I even talk to them,
Mm.
and I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? You didn't even talk to me. How are you even gonna say that? I mean, when we have not even spoke yet. And I guess it's just I don't know, a face. Maybe it's intimidating. I don't know. But I'm like, man, I'm one of the nicest, funniest people you ever fucking meet in your life, and you don't even know. And you just said some shit like that. You know what I mean? Because someone
Yeah.
said that. They came here and oh, I know what it was. It was a long time ago. And okay, I had somebody here and they were being picked up. Okay. And the person who picked him up knocked on the door. Well, I was like half asleep and I was just waking up. I didn't have no caffeine in my body or nothing yet. And I answered the door and I sat down for a minute because I'm still trying to wake up. And the person went back and told the other person that, oh God, she's mean or some shit. And I'm like, what? Just because
Wow.
of how I looked. I'm like, dude, first off, and I guess that person who got picked up defended me was like, no, no. She just, one, she ain't awake. Don't talk to her for like 45 minutes until she is awake, you know? And two, no, because the rest in bitch face. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You just take it for whatever, you know? You never know.
Yeah.
'Cause the people that do look mean are probably the friendliest people you ever meet. Seriously.
Yeah. Or they just look annoyed because they've had a bad day at work. So, it could be a multitude of factors. I mean, they could have a shitty job that makes comedy gold. They could be a binman or whatever you call it, sorting out all your garbage and stuff. And it's like, oh, I found something dodgy today. Get that story out of them, or just anything. It's
They could
yeah.
be
You don't
scouts.
know until you start
They could be
picking
TV
at 'em.
scouts.
You never know.
You never
But
know.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to be in a little back club in Stoke-on-Trent, but maybe when I'm in Manchester and Liverpool.
Hey,
So.
you never know. There's a lot of people out scouting. A lot of people that are out there scouting.
Well, I was in. So I don't know if anyone in America knows who Frankie Monroe is, but he's a comedian who won the BBC Comedian of the Year award last year. My fiance is obsessed. He wears pseudocreme on his face and he dances with a trowel. And my fiance thinks he's the funniest man ever. And when we went to Marrakesh, we actually met a man who said he worked for the BBC. So I'm like, hello, hi, I'm Kimberly, I'm a comedian. And all of a sudden, my fiance gets his phone out. Oh, have you seen this guy? And he's Frankie Monroe and he's fantastic. And I'm like, hello, fiance, right here? No. Frankie's biggest fan he is. So he does. I don't think he's my demographic anyway. He's very, very supportive and he doesn't mind what I say on stage about him because I've got a lot worse in here to say. But
I like
yeah.
Russell Brand. Russell
Russell
Brand
Brand, yeah.
cracks me up, like in the movies. Oh my God, especially like Sarah Marshall. You
I
know,
love Sarah Marshall. That was a
it,
good film, yeah.
oh my God. And I hate to say all the shit that's going on with Diddy, but Get Him to the Greek, when he was in Get Him to the Greek with Jonah Hill, that movie just,
I haven't seen it. I need to add
oh
that to
my
my
God,
list.
you've got to watch that movie. And
Right,
I
okay.
mean, I know the shit's going on with Diddy. I don't care about that shit. I mean, I do care about some of it. But I mean,
Mm,
as far as like with Russell Brand and Jonah Hill, you're gonna fucking click.
right, okay. I'll make a note. I'll watch it.
It
I'll
is
watch
so
it.
funny. I swear. I won't say another word about it because you haven't seen it. So, but I
I've
do.
still got all of Bridgerton to
Understand.
watch at the moment, so yeah, I need to get through that. But yeah, I've got a lot. So
I
I'm
mean,
always I'm always up for recommendations.
oh girl, I got them. Trust me.
Good, good.
I'll
You'll have to
name
give me a list.
funny ass movies. All right, I want you to stay on. I'm gonna wrap this up though.
Okay, sweetheart. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna say thank you definitely for coming on. This is fun, I swear.
I've loved it.
They can't censor us.
Woo! I'm just going to do this all the time now. Thank you.
Right, there you go. All right. Thank you for coming on. And to everybody watching, you know the drill. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. See you soon.